you may think that this practice looks silly, like all of these characters kind of tweaking, just going 3 frames into a little bit of movement. Where are all the frames, you may ask? And so basically this is just one little practice I used to do when I was younger, and it's just all about practicing three-dimensional perspective. Because I don't know what are your thoughts about this, but I believe that for in-betweens in animation, one of the most important things in actually having a good in-between, it's obviously follow the movement of course, but also is have a really good understanding of the three-dimensional space. Because as you will see, like a lot of just in-betweens are basically it, like the keyframes are just very cool drawings and very cool poses, but in-betweens are just like, okay, I need to focus and I need to get this exact pose and this exact perspective to another completely different pose and perspective, and just the character turning around and all of this stuff, So basically what I was just doing in my younger days was to get some poses, get some faces, get some how do I say this? Get some figures, like as you could see here, for example, the cubes, and just draw them in just this little page, and then you are gonna just kinda animate it turning around, You're gonna just imagining it just turning around, and so you in your head just imagine how the next frame would look like, and so you draw the next frame as it's turning around. Somehow like turn around animation, but I really don't like turnaround animations, because they are like, well, the typical turning around animations that are just the Steve character just standing there and and just turning around, which of course is cool. It's cool and it's kinda easy to do that, but I think the best that you can learn is to have something more challenging for yourself. Of course, if you are just a beginner, you should start with the cubes, as you could see in the video right here. But if you're kind of more advanced, of course you can just have the turning around character just standing there. But if you are more advanced, I think that you should just challenge yourself and to have some pose in your character, or some clothing, for example this kind of fantasy medieval that I just found out. And yes, of course you can just move the character all the way you want, like if you want a subtle movement, or if you want like a very hard 90 degrees movement, of course you can do that, of course. But yeah, that will be the practice that I'm doing right now, just practicing a little bit of turning around and to familiarize myself with the three-dimensional space of the characters, of the body, of the face, etc, etc. And just 3 frames, because to be honest, well, maybe I think you could just practice like making 8 to 10 frames for one pose, but for that I think that's just a fully animation, maybe it's good to do that from time to time, but if you have like very little time to practice all of this, just from 2, 3 or 4 frames for each pose, I think it's cool, And yeah, this is what it's all about. But yeah, this is what I'm practicing for today. I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.